The Protection of Pupil Rights Amendment, or PPRA, is a federal law that provides parents of students certain rights regarding, among other things, student participation in surveys, the inspection of instructional material, certain physical exams, and the collection, disclosure, and use of personal information for marketing purposes. A parent's rights under PPRA transfer to a student when the student turns 18 or becomes an emancipated minor under an applicable state law at any age. Let's start with the rights regarding surveys. If a survey administered or distributed by a local education agency, or LEA, is funded as part of a program administered by the U.S. Department of Education, you may hear this referred to as an applicable program, then parents must provide written consent before students can be required to take the survey if the survey reveals information about any of these 8 protected areas. 1. Political affiliations or beliefs of the student or student's parent. 2. Mental or psychological problems of the student or student's family. 3. Sex behavior or attitudes. 4. Illegal, antisocial, self-incriminating, or demeaning behavior. 5. Critical appraisals of others with whom respondents have close family relationships. 6. Legally recognized, privileged, or analogous relationships, such as with lawyers, doctors, or ministers. 7. Religious practices, affiliations, or beliefs of the student or student's parent. Or 8. Income, other than as required by law, to determine program eligibility or for receiving financial assistance under such a program. If a survey administered or distributed by an LEA addresses one or more of the 8 protected areas, but students are not required to take the survey, regardless of funding, then written consent isn't required. However, the LEA must provide parents with notice of the survey and an opportunity to inspect, upon request, the contents of the survey, and an opportunity to opt students out of participating in the survey. PPRA also affords parents of students at LEAs the right to inspect, upon request, instructional material used as part of the student's educational curriculum. Does this mean parents get to see tests in advance? Of course not. Instructional material means instructional content provided to a student, such as textbooks and slide presentations, but does not include academic tests or assessments. Next, let's talk about physical examinations. In general, parents at LEAs must receive notice and have an opportunity to opt students out of any non-emergency, invasive physical examination or screening that is required by the LEA as a condition of attendance, scheduled in advance and administered by the school, and not necessary to protect the immediate health and safety of students. One example of a physical exam is a medical examination where a private body part is exposed, or where such examination includes incision, insertion, or injection into the body. However, these notices and opt-out requirements do not apply to physical examinations or screenings that are permitted or required by state law. Next, PPRA affords parents rights regarding activities conducted by an LEA that involve the collection, disclosure, or use of personal information collected from students for marketing or sale. With some exceptions, parents must receive notice, have an opportunity to opt students out of participation, and have an opportunity to, upon request, inspect in advance of administration any instrument used by the LEA to collect personal information. PPRA requires LEAs to consult with parents to develop and adopt policies that address certain arrangements that LEAs must make to protect student privacy, provide parents access, upon request, to specified surveys, instructional materials, and instruments used to collect personal information, and administration of certain physical examinations to a student. PPRA has certain requirements regarding how these LEAs must notify parents of these policies. For example, notification must occur at least annually at the beginning of the school year. LEAs also must directly notify parents, at least annually at the beginning of the school year, of the dates or tentative dates during the school year that students are anticipated to participate in any surveys that concern one or more of the 8 protected areas, non-emergency invasive physical examinations or screenings, and activities involving the collection, disclosure, or use of personal information collected from students from marketing or sale. Finally, PPRA requires LEAs to effectively notify parents and students of their rights under PPRA. If you have questions or think your PPRA rights have been violated, please go to our website to access our PPRA guidance and find procedures for filing a complaint with the Student Privacy Policy Office at the U.S. Department of Education.